Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have another review Thursday, and today we have the 2024 dark romance authors review list review. I think we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 authors I recommend for you to read if you are into the dark romance genre. These are not in a specific order, so I'm probably gonna be jumping around over here. Most of them are Mafia related except 2. And with further ado, let's start. I am going to move my reflection back because now I know I'm within frame, because I feel like I keep looking at my reflection instead of looking at the camera, and that's weird. Okay, I moved it away, so now I'm looking straight at you instead of myself in the video. First thing first, it's not gonna come to a surprise to anybody, but it's Never All Talk in Perfectly Perfect series. Within this year, she came out with Sweet Prison and Beautiful Beast. Beautiful Beast is the second generation of the books. Is the kid, the eldest daughter of the first book characters, which are Roma and Nina. And to be honest, it was not my favorite. If it was my first book reading from her, or maybe like first or second, I probably would have liked it a lot. But since I read the whole series before reading this one, I had such high expectations that the book felt very lighthearted. But it kind of makes sense. At this point, we have the kids on like this like sweet, innocent life, that ruining that for the readers can be very hard. And I think she's trying to play it safe a little bit in here. We have Kate Raven, which is a series of books. These are very, very unhinged male characters. She has a book titled Such a Good Guy. What the hell? Girl, are you okay? Do not let the cover stray you away, because the thing that men does in this book are just out of this world. Out of this world. Either way, talking about her Brava Ballet series, the Russians over here look a little more animalistic. They have public sexual intercourse scenes, and I think this series is what caused me issues with Never All Talk's last book, the one that was done this year, Sweet Prison, because they're Italian mafia. She has all different kinds of mafia. I think there's the Italian, the Russian, the Persians, and the Irish, and the Albanians, or like convoluted together within her story. And she tried to put the exhibitionism within the Italian mafia on the last book that came out this year, Sweet Prison, which is number 10. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I think it fits more to the Russian, because she paints it a little more savages, animalistic. And I think reading this series before I read Sweet Prison just pushed me more into the idea of it, into the idealism view. So yeah, I think this, I don't know what I was going with that. I think this book, the Russian scenes were that caused me the issue within Sweet Prison, and seeing the Italians do that, because I always see the Italians are more like stuck up. Okay, this is the first series that is not Mafia related, but this is the book series that got me into very unhinged, possessive, obsessive man, and is Seer Jan, the Fucking Wrong main series. She now is a hockey player series, but she's now doing a, I don't want to say second generation, because it's still like within the characters Lifetime. Just the brother of one of the characters, in which is football players, that came out, which is the wrong quarterback. The new series release, which they know the second book in the series, I believe it's coming out in March. Didn't love it. I gotta be honest with you. It was good, but kind of meh. Now, the Fucking Romance series, these men are unhinged. The first book in the series, the Fucking Run number, we have Blake and Daniels. This man, let me tell you, he at this point I thought he like had some mafia connections, because this man had a guy for everybody. You need somebody to put somebody to sleep and put a tattoo on them or a tracker on them, I got a guy. You need someone to help you disappear a body, I got a guy. Someone to help you fire people from their job, I got a guy. He had a guy for everything. At this point, I want to be Daniels at some point. We have our fourth author, which is J.T. Gessinger. Love her style of writing. Something about the way she writes just traps you in, and you just gotta finish the book. You just gotta keep going. One book that is very famous of her, if you haven't heard of it, is Pen Pal. And the plot twist on this book pisses me off so much. Spoiler alert, they end up being ghosts. What? I was so angry. And even after I found out this like ghost, stupid. I don't want to. I had to finish the book. I had to keep reading. I wanted to know how she like managed to think this thing through, and I ended up loving it. And I'm so mad about it. But she is such a good writer. I love her writing. She does have a Mafia series called Queens and Monsters. I honestly read just the first two books on these 4 series, because they're called Ruthless Creatures and Carnal Urges. I haven't read the last 2, but these men are morally great. Oh no, she has another series of Mafia called Morally Grey. These books I actually really like. I really like the Mafia series. Is 2 out of the 3 books in the series are out. The 3rd book in the series has been cancelled, postponed until we don't know when, which is very, very sad. Now, in this, also the Morally Grey series, the men in these books, they are unhinged. Especially the first one, the plot twist in the book, really good. I love that. That was a good plot twist. Not like the pen pal, making them ghost. Still love you, girl, but it's a burn with me. We have So Blake, which is the Ruthless Obsession series. These are A books. These are very steamy, intimate scenes. If you're really into that, these are books to read. These are dangerous men, but they are like determined to take care of their woman and provide, which I love that. I love what is it called? Classy man? What is it called? Neutral? No, not neutral gender roles. Ugh, that's gonna bother me. Natural gender roles? No. Conservative gender roles? Ugh. I'll write it down if I remember, because I can think about it right now. We have Michelle Hertz, Kings of the Mafia series. This gives you very Cinderella vibes, which is the man saving the woman from poverty, bad situations. If you're really into that kind of trouble, 100% recommend her. They're really good. I will say it's a good beginning into the dark romance if you want. This is the only other one that is not Mafia related. This is Motorcycle Club related, which is K.L. Savage, The Ruthless Kings. In this case specifically, I like the Vegas chapter series. There are many chapters. There's one in Oregon, one in New Jersey. The Vegas ones are the originals. The one thing that bothered me with this series is that you'll be going through like 8 books in, and then randomly number 9 will be the second part of the book of the guy in story number 3. And I hate that. I don't want to be reading 5 books about the same different couple. One and done. Let's move on. Keep going through the rest of the people within the Motorcycle Club. That's really the only bad thing I had to say about it. Samanta Barrett, the Murdoch Mafia series. These books were actually they were nice. I liked them. They were good. It was a very enjoyable read. I thought it was very interesting because the books have chess titles like Queen, Bishop, King, and I played chess when I was in middle school. I actually got a medal from it. So, and my husband is very good at playing chess. I think I've won one time playing with him in the 5 years we've been together. So it's just close to my heart just because of the chess aspect of it. We have Bianca Co, which is the Mafia Dawn series. There's 5 books in the series. I don't have any notes about this one, which is very interesting. But yeah. Jagger Co, another author that just takes your breath away with his writing. This one it's more college. It's not entirely Mafia. It's Mafia related. We're talking about the kids of the Mafia people. They're in college. So it's a college Mafia Brava Academy romance. The spice scenes in these books are out of this world. Out of this world. They're so good. Love them. And there's also a lot of drama, which makes sense. There's kids who are in college. There's always gonna be drama within college, high school, blah 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 blah. And there are 6 books within this series. And honestly, I think at this point, I don't think I have read them all yet. We have Cora O'Reilly, which Mafia series. She is a very proficient author within the Mafia. Her most famous series is The Born in Blood, which talks about the Italian Mafia. But my favorite series is the Camorra Chronicles Law, which is based in Vegas. And they're a mafia too, but instead of being determined as like, oh, are they mafia, they're Russian, they're Irish, it's like the outlaws of all those mafias join together to become one. And the Camorra, again, the Italian seems to be very stuck up. The Camorra ones are there like more violent, more gruesome, more possessive, more out there. And I just love that. I love a toxic romance. And last but not least, we have Sadie Kincaid, which is another one very well known within the dark romance. And her series that I'm talking about right now is the Chicago Ruthless. It's very high drama, very good spicy scenes. This is 3 books, and actually no, it's 4 books within the series. The 3rd book, to be honest, I found that to be a little weak. It talks about Lorenzo, which in the first 2 books he was married and lost his wife to leukemia. But they were very in a dominant and submissive relationship. And I expected to read so much more of that interaction, and there wasn't. And that was very disappointing. There is one last book in the series. The name is Kara, which is like a sister that did another half. And this is a throuple romance, which is her and 2 guys. I have not read this book, to be honest with you. I'm not in my era of wanting to have multiple men to one moment. At some point I might circle back with it, but I'm just not in. It doesn't call my attention right now. There's some other books that I want to read. I really had a TBR list that is longer than hair. It's longer than hairs I have in my head, but yeah. And that is it. That is my romance list book review for 2024 on the dark romance genre. Please let me know what you think. If there are authors that you should add to this list, and if you read this series, let me know what you think. Which one was your favorite? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next Thursday.